What's going on, guys? So today on this SHOKY review, we're going to take out the second part of the Super Minipla from Power Rangers in Space, and it is going to be the Minipla Delta Megazord. So the second Megazord from in space, and the second part of this whole set. And of course, right here, you do have a nice image of the Delta Megazord right there, and it's nice black and silver and yellow thing, and you got a hint of combination stuff there, and you've got everything written in Japanese right there, and then you've got the obligatory bluefin stickers because they can't have anything else be in Japanese. I don't know. And you got Bandai 2019, Bandai logo down there. If you come to the top, you get all that. It's in Delta Mega, and I'm holding the bottom closed because I opened it from the bottom, not from the top this time. And you come to the side, and you've got combination, and come to the back, and you've got Delta Megazord in ship mode, Delta Megazord and Megazord mode, regular Megazord, and then Super Minipla Delta Megazord. Yeah, Astro Megazord sold separately and built Delta Megazord. Anyways, come to this side and you get all your warnings and your everything like that, and obligatory shot there, and well, there's no separate thing here. And these are technically considered like candy kit things. I don't even understand it. So there's a whole separate line of just Minipla, which aren't nearly as articulate and much cheaper and generally crappier plastic, stuff like that. There are plenty of those for Power Rangers as well. If you want to check out Bruno and Mia's MMPR reviews, he's built like all of the things. So Super Minipla is like the better, more transformable, better detailed, stuff like that. And by the way, yeah, one thing about these boxes, they open this way, and there's no good way to reseal them. Now, had I opened it like a box instead of peeling this edge, maybe, but it's not like a shoebox style from Gunpla and stuff like that. And I didn't really show off the instructions the last review, which I'm sure some of you were like, hey, can you show off the... No. So you got basically what looks like Minipla instructions, which are very similar to Gunpla instructions because Bandai. So that's all of your instructions on how to build this guy. It's fairly simple and fairly complex at the same time. That was also the combination mode there. So there's build montage for this guy as well. This one I built once we got home from vacation, so it'll be a wholly different location from the previous build montage. So if you're surprised by all of a sudden, and for those longtime viewers, you will totally recognize where I'm building. It's just been a long time since I've built there. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, here we have the Delta Mega Ship, all built up and, well, pretty awesome. And if you're wondering why it's a Delta, well, it's a triangle. It's what Delta is. And it is a very good representation of the Delta Megaship. Looks just like it should, minus a few exposed joints and pegs and things like that. But otherwise, it's actually pretty close. Now, I didn't really cover too much on the Astro Megazord because it didn't have as many, but this thing has plenty of pre-painted parts. All of this red, all of this black is all pre-painted. And then, of course, when you get to the face, which we'll look at here in a little while, that's totally pre-painted, all of that. But then the rest is all stickers. So we got stickers here, sticker there. That's actually pretty crooked. It kind of annoys me. Maybe I'll be able to fix it. And then all of that cockpit area sticker right there, which, especially on this guy, I will show it when we get to it. You got to be careful when you're trying to like push in the sticker for a hollowed out area. They're not really made to do that. They are made to mostly just cover. One area where that's obvious is right here. So this was all just a silver plastic piece, and then you cover it with that sticker, and then it's supposed to line up to all that detail work, which is why it looks the way it does. But this is one whole sticker, and you can see right there on that edge. If I can get a... See right in there, you can't get a perfectly straight edge unless you had folded it down first, or started here and then folded it that way, but much harder to line up that way. You do get more sticker over here. And if you flip it over, you get these exposed stickers down here. All of this yellow part is all stickers. More there, there. And then this is what I was talking about right there with an inset area. So there's actually molded detail there, not to mention that that is an inset area where that V is. But you can see that I tore the sticker trying to lightly push it in there. So it's not really meant to do it. So just, if you're going to do it very lightly. You can see here where I can push it in and it really didn't hurt much because it's a very shallow spot. And then if you come to the back, you get some of the largest stickers in this entire thing. And that's all sticker there. These are meant to be the thrusters, but they didn't actually mold them in. They just shaped it, and we'll look at those more later on. They come into play at another time. But it's pretty cool, and it was always an interesting design for a secondary Megazord. And we'd only had a few secondary wholly separate Megazords at this point. And this one is just a thing, you know. So we'll bring out the Mega Ship, Astro Megaship. Technically, they're both Mega Ships. Because mega. I think they called them Mega over here because it was from Mega Ranger, so it's the Astro Mega Ship, and the Delta Mega Ship because that's what they were. So it's sort of a carryover from the Sentai, and that's cool. But there's a size difference, so there's a significant thing here, and they were always developed to be done, but this one had a later bit, so it didn't come until later in the series because it took a while for them to build it. Had to get like the op key card or whatever to access it, all kinds of stuff. Or was that may have been later on. But that's what the Mega Voyager and Mega Winger, which I don't know if we're ever going to get Minipla kits for, but it would be cool. One thing that would be awesome is to get the Delta, what do they call it? It wasn't a Delta base, but this like station, maybe it's Delta Station, that they basically, it was in and then also was built to have this Megazord. So it was a whole big framework, like looking space station, and this would be parked up here, and this one would be below it, and then they would fly off whenever needed. And if possible, I might be crazy to build one day. I don't know. It's a very intricate thing, and there's no good shots of it because it was made in like the 90s. We'll see what happens, but that's enough out of this. Now, it does have two separate small accessories that don't come into play at all in this mode, so I'm not going to bother. So what we'll do is just go right into transformation. So a couple things. You just want to grab this whole thing back here and pull out the whole back of the ship. It does plug in just right into those two holes, which you can't really see. There we go. And that reveals the Megazord arms, because that's what you do. Now you can look in there and you can see the hands just poke into those holes. We're going to go ahead and separate these since we're here and just close up those little wingies. set those to the back. Now, for the most part, you have the Megazord just right here. So what we want to do is we want to flip these down to cover the hands. Actually, I'm sorry, those aren't the Megazord hands. Those are the combination hands. We want to turn these. Oops. See, that's kind of important because there's a lot of turning parts here, and you want to make sure you turn the correct thing. So you want it to where these are pointed forward. Your arms are pretty much here. Oh, I'm sorry, I got it backwards. You want to turn them this way. I just realized, like, wait a minute, I'm looking at the back. Okay, so start that over. So these want to point this way. Jeez. All right, so the shoulders here, just go ahead and, oh, that whole thing's not supposed to go. My bad. Just these guys slide, not the shoulders. Just remember that. These are on sliders. You're probably going to mess up the sticker. Phone calls in the middle of a review. And then you just want to flip this down, revealing the head. And then you tip the guns forward. You can just pivot at the shoulders right quick. And now comes the not so fun part. You've got to plug that in to that hole that's in the base, which isn't the easiest thing in the world to do, especially kind of blind. And it's not a very tight fit, which I guess is fine for plugging it in. You don't want a tight fit when you're trying to plug it. But it's that happens. So it's a combination of almost like a knee joint that wants to rotate as you plug it in. So just be careful. But here we go. You want to spread the legs just a little bit, and you've got your Delta Megazord. So Delta Megazord's actually pretty neat. You've got these ginormous feet, because you do, you know. And, yeah, he's black. He's got some silver on him. He's got cool gun hands. Gotta love that. And you can technically turn them, because you have to. But it's a pretty tight fit, so just be careful with that. You don't want to snap anybody off. And you can see, like, all the stickers and stuff are there. Looks pretty good. You have some chrome ones here. And that face sculpt is very nice and painted. The visor with some, like, copper paint. And then you can see other molded detail and stuff. And then you got all the stickers that you had to put on there. But, hey, he's pretty neat. Now, of course, let's go ahead and compare him to other things. Let's bring out Voltron, who's significantly taller. Bring out a Gunpla, HG Grays, teasers for things you can't see. Bring out Wally. And of course you have to bring out his buddy, partner, the Astro Megazord, who, at least at face value, is a bit taller, though I think they're actually pretty much even. I mean, they're close. I mean, he might be just a hair taller at the shuttle, but there you go. That's the two partner Megazords together, and this is an awesome set, guys. I don't even know. I can't even tell you the kind of joy that this gave me when I finally finished it, because these were two Megazords from one of my favorite seasons of basically ending the Zordon era. And if we do eventually get the Mega Winger and the Mega Voyager, that will be pretty cool. Although the Mega Voyager is a 5-part Zord with some weird interaction, so maybe we won't get that. We'll see. But then again, Gal Gaigar does it in a very similar manner and pulls it off, so who knows. But real quick, we'll look at the articulation for the Zord. I don't think the head can really meaningfully rotate. There's a bit back here, but he can turn ever so slightly. He's kind of locked into place due to some of the other bits. No waist rotation, because he doesn't really have a waist. The arms can rotate here, no butterfly. You do get the shoulder joint there and a elbow rotation, and then a super nice single jointed elbow, much like the Astro Megazord. You do get a hip skirt, which kind of just blends in there. He can flip up. The hips are actually designed almost identical, so that's pretty neat. So he can do, when everything's out of the way, he can do a nice Jean-Claude. Let's close that up so he's not just exposing his legs. The legs do get a little bit loose due to how much they have to move in other modes. You do get thigh-ish rotation. It's kind of low thigh. And you do get some... this is going to be complicated because that's technically a knee joint, and then that's technically a knee joint. So it's a bit strange. You want to make sure that your legs are, well, pretty much secure. And actually, that one is about to come out. So really, you can utilize the double knee joint, but you mostly want to utilize that one. And of course, if you just tilt that forward, it is what it is, because those covers for the hands can go either direction. Now you do get some great ankle rockers here, so he can do that number, which is pretty awesome. And I did mention the fact that he does have other accessories for Megazord mode, and they are some hands, and these are very similar to the missile fingers for the Dragon Zord, kind of, and the fact that they take what is obviously just Gatling hands and actually applies some real fingers to it. And I like these. They're not posable or anything like that, but they just add to the effect when it's in this mode. And really, it only does work in this mode because otherwise he's engaged using those as guns. But that gives him expressive hands, and I like that. I do wish that the Astro Megazord had come with something like that. But unfortunately, it do not. But this is actually very cool. I dig it. And, you know, if you want to give this guy his sword, just give him something to fight with, you know, and then they can fight side by side to defend the galaxy, or at least Earth or something. I don't know what they were fighting for. They gotta defeat Andromeda and Dark Spectre, or Darkon, or whatever. I don't remember what all the names were. I don't really care anymore. Maybe we'll get some bad guy. That'd be great. Oh, Super Minipla Serpentera. Ugh. Actually, we never got Thunder Zords, did we? We got regular. We got Ninja. No Thunder. No Turbo. Still waiting on any kind of Turbo. I think Turbo would be a phenomenal one for here, because you end up with toy cars. What else? Zeo. Zeo would get complicated if they go all the way through it, because there's a lot of Zords in Zeo. But I think that would be a good one as well. But either way, this is a very cool set, guys. I definitely recommend it. If you can get it for a little bit cheaper, by all means do. But if not, do what you gotta do. You can pick it up pretty much any online retailer that sells Bandai stuff. You should be able to pick it up at like a Barnes & Noble here in the States, because they sell like all of the other Minipla that I've seen. So if they don't have it yet, odds are they will. ThinkGeek will probably have it as well, because I've seen Minipla kits at ThinkGeek. You know, so you don't have to just go a big bad toy store like I did. So you do have choices. Now, you're saying to yourself, Shoky, don't these combine into a bigger thing? Yes, they do. But I'm going to do that in a separate video, because this one's already gone on long enough. So this is technically a three-parter. Haha. It is what it is. But guys, make sure you come back for that video. It'll probably be linked at the end whenever it comes out. So for those of you in the future of the future, you'll be able to just go ahead and skip right to the thing, whereas everybody watching it in the current, present future, you'll have to wait. YouTube time travel. But guys, if you like this video, if you like these Zords, you like these kits, go ahead and give me a big old thumbs up. And let me know what you think about the build montage coming back. And then, of course, hit that subscribe-ish button if you have not. And if you want to help support the channel, please, please, please buy a SHOKY shirt. And check out the Patreon. Those guys get to see stuff early. They get videos that are just for them. Like the unboxings for both of these actually were Patreon only. So you got to see those kits ahead of time, along with my initial reaction to buying new stuff and everything like that. So I'll see you guys on that next review. And remember, as always, keep on building.